In this video, we're going to be talking about how to make your next Zoom meeting more secure and giving you all the different options you have to give you more control. Up next. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me. My name is Jeff. So with everybody in quarantine and everybody using Zoom for their video conferencing, a lot of things have changed and there's a lot of concerns about security. Now, since the whole coronavirus pandemic, Zoom has surged from having about 10 million users up to 300 million users. And everybody is using the platform to do all different types of things virtually, from holding school classes to doing work meetings, having social hours, doing support groups. People are even doing funerals and they're even doing weddings all through Zoom. And this has led to lots of different news coverage. You've probably heard on the news a lot about Zoom. There are steps that you can take to make your Zoom meetings more secure. So we're going to go through that here. All right, first and foremost, you want to make sure that you have the most up-to-date version of Zoom and that's what you're using. I'm going down here to my Windows search and just typing in Zoom, and that's going to allow me to get over to the Zoom app that I have installed on my computer. And I'm already logged in and I've got my profile picture here, and when I click on that, if I scroll down, I'm going to see here check for updates, and that is going to show me here if I'm up to date, which I am, or if I need to update my Zoom software. But you want to make sure that you are using the latest software. They're constantly releasing updates. And real quick, as we do in all of our videos, we hide Tinker, who is our little hidden robot. He's going to briefly pop up somewhere during this video. If you happen to spot him, be sure to let me know the time of where you saw him down in the comments section below with your best comment for your chance to be featured on our Tinker Forward Hall of Fame page. Next is going to be going into settings, and I want to show you that here. If you jump back to your browser and you sign into Zoom on their website, the zoom.us here, and I'm going to go to my account, which is over in the upper right corner. And when I click on my account, this takes me to my account features, and now they've got all their different important notices and updates. But on this left side here, you're going to see profile, meetings, and I'm going to want to go down to settings. Now, a lot of people don't go into these settings, but you have more control over what you're doing with your meetings under these settings. And there are a lot of different options with some of the latest updates of Zoom. They've done two things. They've automatically enabled waiting rooms and putting passwords on your meetings, and this is quite an extensive settings list that we have. So if you want to just jump to certain areas, what I like to do is hold down Control and F on my keyboard, Control and F, and that brings up my find feature, and I can just type in different areas I want to go to. So again, showing you here, like if we were looking at passwords, I can just click down on passwords on the page, and I'll see here that require a password when scheduling new meetings is automatically turned on. Require a password for instant meetings. Now you have the option to turn those off, but I would leave those on because that's making your meetings more secure. The other thing is using those waiting rooms. Waiting rooms, again, is going to give you more control, and a waiting room is going to place anybody that clicks through your meeting link in a waiting room, and they will not be able to actually join your meeting until you admit them in. And I will show you how to do that here shortly. And again, you can do this with any account of Zoom. I just have a free account. In addition to the waiting rooms and passwords, which like I said are already enabled, you can also do things like disable file transfer. So you may not have realized this, but you can do file transfer in Zoom where you, as well as the participant, can send links to files using the chat. Now, that could also open up an area where people could put links in that chat to files that could be viruses, Trojan horses, and if you don't want that happening, you can always disable this file transfer option, and now you're not even opening that opportunity for those files to be shared. You can always change these at a later point, but it's good that you would turn off file transfer to save yourself from other people sharing those file links, unless you know that in that meeting there's going to be files shared. You'd want to leave that on. Something else that you can do is disable screen sharing. So screen sharing, if you were going to have guests, that might be sharing inappropriate pictures or things on your screen, you have the options here of whether you want to enable screen sharing or not for anybody, or if you just want it to be for, say, the host and not all participants. And then who can start sharing when someone else is sharing. Again, you have those options as well. But if you either wanted to turn screen sharing off or maybe just have it where the host can share, you can do that as well. And again, you're just limiting different opportunities for different participants in your room on what options that they have. Okay, so we have started our meeting, and maybe you're at the point now where you want to invite people to your meeting, and you've copied the meeting information, the meeting link for the URL, and you've put that into maybe an email, or maybe you are sending that through private messages to the people that you want to invite to this meeting. Ideally, to keep this meeting more secure, you don't want to post your meeting information publicly. You just want to send it out to the people you want to invite to this meeting. That means not publicly posting this meeting information on like Facebook or any other social media, and not putting it out there on a web page where anybody can have access to that, or a message board where tons of different people have access to it, because you're just inviting all sorts of strangers and people that you probably don't want to come to your meeting, versus just sending out direct messages or emails to the people you want to invite. Okay, so we were just talking about joining a meeting, sending those invites out. So I had sent an invite to this meeting that you're watching right now to my other Zoom account, which I have installed on my phone, and I'm going to join this meeting. I want to show you guys an example of how waiting rooms work, and waiting rooms are going to also allow you to have more security before letting people into your meeting. So I'm going to click the link to go into my Zoom meeting, and on my phone here it says, please wait, the meeting host will let you in. I can't actually join the meeting until I'm admitted in. So on my account here on my computer, it says Jeffrey Soroka has entered the waiting room. I get a little notification down here by Manage Participants, and I can either just automatically admit them, or I can choose to see the waiting room. When I do that, I can see the different participants. I can see right now that there's one participant that's in the meeting. That's me, the host. And then I've got the option to admit or remove this person that is waiting. And let's go ahead and admit them. I can also send them a message if I want. So we're going to go ahead and admit. You'll notice that I'm now getting access on my phone. And now I am part of the meeting. So my other account is here. I am the host down here. And I also have the options under participants to mute, unmute, as well as do other things as far as editing picture, renaming, things like that under participants. But having that option for the waiting rooms allows you to admit people in before they're actually allowed in. So another thing that Zoom has added for more security is when you're in a meeting, there is now a security button that they've added to the bottom of the screen here, and you can click on this and it's going to give you different options, such as locking a meeting, enabling or disabling that waiting room, sharing the screen, chat, and renaming themselves. So you can check mark any of these that you want to allow. Lock meeting is a great feature. Once everybody has arrived to your meeting, you can lock that meeting, and then that is not going to allow anybody else to come into your meeting as long as you have it locked. If somebody has to leave your meeting and you have it locked, again, they will not be able to rejoin that meeting because you have locked it. That is an extra security feature for your Zoom meeting. And additionally, I would treat your Zoom meetings as if you were interacting with other people on social media. I would not give out any personal usernames, IDs, passwords, I wouldn't give out any bank account information, any very important information that's going to be sensitive to you. A Zoom meeting is not the place where I would be sharing that information. So in addition to those steps that I just told you about, Zoom has announced that they will be adding a new encryption standard, which is called the AES 256-bit GCM encryption. And Zoom says that it will provide increased protection for meeting data and resistance against meeting tampering. And Zoom has outlined this security implement as well as other things that they plan to do to make using Zoom more secure on a page that is on their website, and I will link to that down in the description below this video so you can check that out. And again, they are regularly updating that information as they continue to make Zoom more secure. So I hope you found the information in this video helpful. If you did, please be sure to smash that like button, and if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, you can do that and you will get updates on any future videos I've released. I've also done several other videos on using Zoom basics, as well as other options like how to create breakout rooms and how to even change the background on your Zoom meeting. So be sure to check those out. There'll be links down in the description below as well as at the end of this video. And you can always check out all the other do-it-yourself projects, tech reviews, and more on this channel. My name is Jeff. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks so much. Be sure to make every day awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next video. With everybody being quarantined and virtual learning and meetings happening, in addition to this, you're also going to want to make sure that you are, I don't know where I was going with that. And if I click through this Zoom link, what's going to happen here is I'm going to get a message, this meeting ID is not valid. Oh, that's not going to work.